Good evening, everybody. Today I'm going to talk about 101. Maybe I can speak now. I can talk about the class 101. What is 101? When you go to college, the first thing they take is course 101. So I'm going to talk about creation, about Veerashaivism as well as other religion. Before I introduce to Veerashaivism creation, or it is not creation in Veerashaivism, Hinduism. I will come to that, but before that, I want to talk what the Bible says. I will read it to you. You all know Bible, God created in 7 days, actually 6 days, and the 7th day He rested. And I will read the first 6 days and then I will explain what happens. God created light and separated the light from the darkness, called light day and darkness night. So He made light and day and night. The 2nd day He created expanse to separate the waters and called it sky. So the 2nd day the sky came. The 3rd day He created the dry ground and gathered the waters and calling the dry ground land and the gathered water seas. So He created earth and the oceans. On the 4th day He created the sun, moon and the stars to give light to the earth and to govern and separate the day and the night. These would also serve as signs to mark seasons, days and years. Remember, He has not created fire as well as air. God created on the 6th day animals to fill the earth. On day 6, God also created man and woman in His own image to commune with Him. He blessed them and gave them every creature and the whole earth to rule over, care for and cultivate. Again, we have a difference in this creation. And the 7th day He rested. Whereas in the Islamic version, it's almost identical, except on the 7th day, He took a chair and sat down to supervise. Okay, in the other one He says He rested, but here He supervised. What about the most important thing is God is avyaya. He is formless in all the place. Even in ours, He is formless. So to explain to that, I ask each of you to close your eyes for a second, for a while, until I tell you to open. Please. Open it. Close your eyes. Don't think anything, just close your eyes. And God was like that for many years. We don't know how many years He was there. He was sitting. Nothing exists. He was formless. And all of a sudden, it happened. And it is called Pranava. And it is, Pranava came out, and now you are all, you want to know what that sound came. Right? So he wanted to become a Vyakta. That is, he wanted to show himself, present himself. He wanted to see. He had a desire. So from this Om, the sound Om, is Pranava, is made up of 3 letters. A, U, Ma. And these 3 letters is Nada, Bindu and Khale. And those 3 letters came from Na, Ma, Shi, Va, Ya. So these 5 letters came. And before the 5 letters, and these 5 letters are attached to, remember, he wanted to be Vyakta. So they say he didn't create. He says Udaya, Udbhava, he says. What's a Udbhava? Like the geyser coming out from the earth. So it came out because he had everything within. He has knowledge, he has Shakti, he has everything. Everything he didn't create it, popped out. That's the difference. We don't, our religion does not say created, but it came out of God because he wanted to show himself. So the first came out the 3 akara is, A is referred to Rudra and U refers to Ishvara and Ma refers to Sadashiva. And Rudra is for destruction and Ishvara is to create and Sadashiva is to existence. According to what I am quoting is all from Channabasavana in Karanahasike. So the Shivaya Namaha, how did the Sadashiva had 5 faces and the Sadashiva has 5 faces and they are Sadyojata, Vamadeva, Agora, Tatpurusha and Ishana. They are giving this name. Our elders has given the name so that they can recognize which came from which head. Otherwise we can just say 5 heads. And the 5, the Allama Prabhu in one of the Vachana says, Bhuta, Bhutava Kudi Adbhutavaitu. First when I read that, I thought, how can a demon get into demon? So too many demons becomes very powerful. But that demon is not the word. It is the Panchakrutis. So I didn't know what Bhuta means. I thought some devil. First time, then it opened my mind. They are referring to Panchabhuta. I never heard of that for a long time. And these Panchabhutas are the 5 things, which is sky, air, fire, water and earth. Now, what is sky? What kind of a property it has. It has only one property. What is that? If you cannot hear, as you get older, you can't hear. That is because you lose the property of sky. Sky has only one property, which is sound. Sound, there is nothing else. Sound. Then Vayu comes, air. Air has two properties. It makes sound. In addition to sound, when it touches, sparsha they call it, is sparsha. It has two properties. The third one is fire. Fire has sparsha, it is hot when you touch it, and it also makes sound, because when it is fire, and the third property is, anyone can say, what's the third one? You can see fire. You can see fire. Now water, it has four properties. The first three and the fourth is moves. The liquidity, liquid. There is no liquid in any of the other three. This is the only one that has liquid. And the earth has five properties. What are the fifth one? Smell. You can smell earth. The others you cannot. Okay? And these five are the basis for all the rest of them. And we have what is called two things. One is a Brahmanda, universe. Another is Pindanda, which is, Pinda is the growth of the baby or something inside in the smaller scale. And I only have 10 minutes, so I have to rush it. And the five characters mixing with themselves. Okay. The five characters of earth in the body mixing themselves created bones, flesh, skin, nerves, and hair. Bones, because earth is, the property of earth is to carry the weight. The property of sky is space. You do not find a space without, and it cannot go enormously. And there is a God to control that. This air is, without air you cannot move anything. If you lose your movement, that means you lost the property of air. If you lose the fire, you lost smell, which is the nose. So these are the five things, correspond to the five things. So it goes on, and in the Pindanda, it goes from the earth mixing with the other five. We get flesh, mamsa, skin, nerves, hair. And water, we get mucus, urine, sweat, semen, blood. And from the fire, we get hunger, thirst, sleep, laziness, and populate, which is Sangha. And from the air, we get wandering, jumping, appearing, uniting, leaving. These are the things: Agaluva, Kuduva, Suliva, Variva, and Pariva. And from the sky, we get desire, hate, fear, shy, and affection. So all these things, plus another problems of people, problems in the old age, problems after death, problems before death, all these are explained by Channabasavana in Karana's case. It's a small book. It is an excellent compilation from Channabasavana, and I want you, all of you, if you have time, to get a copy and read it. Thank you.